And then just to the right in these trees, just on the left side of this fence, that's where this thing is.
This is a prison cell. Only kids are being held down here.
And they brought me into the camp and showed me the underground bunker. It was basically a giant plastic container with a hole only small enough for a child to crawl in and out of. And it was angled in such a way, and it was buried underground, that a small child that was in there could not have gotten out on their own.
They're having them slide up.
There's a child's vanity and a hospital toilet. That looks like a child's car seat. Strollers and children's toys and clothing and food packets and stuff like that. So clearly children had been kept here. All right, so with these straps. But one thing that was really disturbing was there were arm restraints, wrist restraints on two trees angled like this to where friends of mine that are investigators that do a lot of stuff on the border say, Craig, that's a rape tree. That looks exactly like wrist restraints for a rape tree. It doesn't look like anything else. This is clearly a disturbing and wrongful thing going on. It's inhumane. It's shocking and upsetting to any decent adult.
Hey everybody, Lance Vlog. So this is a great show here, The Blessed to Teach Show with Rick, who has Gene on his show quite frequently, and he is a decoder. And I will have this link down below. It's definitely worth finding out about all the tunnels, all these are the major military ones, or I don't know if they're all military, but they're the huge that. I don't know if you've seen them. I'm going to kind of show a video of what they kind of look like inside. They were, from what we're gathering is the elites would have a place to go once they would start World War III or whatever they had planned to go down in these bunkers. And from what I heard years ago, the price to pay to have basically a room was quite a bit of money, but you see what they were planning and what they really wanted to do to everybody else while they go down in these luxurious bunkers. Now Gene also gets into he'll show maps of like underground tunnels and more of these underground facilities probably used for trafficking. And what's going on is the white hats are going in, they're cleaning them out, they're clearing them and taking them over. Now, if you remember, Idaho would be, let's see here, United States, Idaho somewhere up in here is exactly where those earthquakes have been happening. What they say they're doing is they're collapsing some of those down so they don't exist anymore. But if you've seen the big ones, which I'll show you a semi's driving into them, they're pretty expansive and huge, and they were storing all types of everything you can about imagine. And from also what we heard here on the show is they're using most of those products they were storing and getting them back to the shelves and stores for people. So the white hats basically, I'll say per se, are the military are taking them over. They're clearing them, making sure you don't have a lot. You may have some of these deep staters trying to hide, and they're also, of course, clearing them to make sure there's no children in them. I have no idea on the numbers of that, but they're also doing this so they don't have a place to go. So that's the main point. They don't have a place to go. And this is going on all over the world. From what I gather with Gene, he seems to have some pretty high up connections on what's going on with this. So again, that video link will be down below. All right, let me add a little bit more here. And then I do got a funny clip from Terrence Williams that's put a little smile on your face. But this is on Mercy here, and there's more of a detailed picture. And, you know, it looks like there's some kind of deformity here. I can't really tell. It just, the ear, you know, I just don't know, but I want to run down here and show you guys something real quick. What was interesting was Mel Gibson here. This is the one. He had put out, Hollywood is a den of parasites who feast on blood of kids. Now, they were saying, and I think Blessed to Teach, Gene talked about this. There are people that were forced in kind of into this cabal, and probably didn't want no part other than them threatening they were going to probably kill their family members if they didn't toe the line, per se. And I guess Mel, you know, I always thought Mel was a good guy back in the day, and then I seen a couple different things, but I think now you're going to probably see a change because they're pinned. And so that's good in a way too, because their testimonials will even prove the fact more to the people that just were asleep and didn't really want to listen to other people try to wake them up. But real quick too, I don't know if there was one more thing. What we got here? Patriots in control. I'm going to take those cartels down and get the waters safe. You know, they need to take out as many of those evil people. No mercy. Also, the COVID-19 checkpoints is helping to aid in combating human trafficking. So I think they have a lot of those checkpoints set up in hot spots. And amazing, you know, I was born in Florida. They're saying Florida is among the 3 worst human trafficking areas. Well, that's probably because of Walt Disney World and SeaWorld and Universal Studios and certain areas. Then you got the different beaches, and I was kind of wanted to see if there was anything new. So this has been on. This has been going. The main fact will be when the internet goes down and the phones go down. They're switching over to, I want to say, a new internet, a revised internet, because they had to do that to get things taken away from the CIA and what they had linked to, the control of that. So anyway, this is a clip here I want you guys to see.
Fun of my disability, my obesity, and now you're actually going to deny me my gender. I mean, I love how these people just flaunt their privilege, their able-bodied privilege and employment privilege. I know what it's like to suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome and obesity. Do you have any clue? And you're going to sit there and just and basically and call me lazy on top of it. You're just, you're a misogynist. You're a misogynist and you're a homophobe. That it's coming across, and a racist. I'm 2% African. It's very clear what you're doing, sir. And I'm going to block.
in a crayon box